Welcome everyone to another episode of the Alien Tranzmissionz podcast. My name is Eternal Cypher, and in today's episode we will be looking at the effects of COPPA on the AlienMyndz YouTube channel. The COPPA that I'm talking about is not Zambia's natural resource. This is COPPA, COPPA. And basically what effect it will be basically having on our channel. Before we get into all that, I would just basically like to share maybe some of the anime that I'm watching currently. With the load shedding that is going on, I've been really into just when I get back home, and of course it's a dark house that I get back to, I would just go online on my phone and head over to Crunchyroll, and I started watching a number of anime series. One of them is Hiro no Sora. This is essentially an anime series about a kid who really loves basketball, really passionate about basketball. He then, I believe, transfers to a high school where he wants to join the basketball team. I mean, he thinks he's going to join the basketball team and everything is going to be great and stuff, but then only to find that the team, of course they do have a team, but they are not interested in basketball at all. So anyway, his passion, what we're beginning to see is basically his passion for the game is infectious, of course, and the others. He's beginning to change the minds of the other guys in the team, so they also, playing basketball. So it's a cool series. I'm enjoying it. It's a really cool series. Apart from that, there's also another series called Gamer, though this one I think is an older one because I believe all the episodes should be up. For the first one, which I mentioned, the series, we get new episodes every week, but this one you find like a bunch of episodes already there. Gamers is okay, it's cool. Of course, it's about a bunch of gamers and it's really funny. It really, really is funny. Would advise you to basically check it out. Yeah. Let's see. Next, we have High School Proteges Have It Easy Even in Another World. That's another one that I'm enjoying, that have to wait every week for a new episode. So basically you've got, I think there are about 7 high school proteges, brilliant minds in different fields. I don't know why they had to travel on a plane. I don't know where they were going. I've forgotten what had happened in the first episode, but basically what happens is that their plane crashes only to discover that they are in this strange world, but they are even they are making it work in the other universe or world that they are in. So it's really interesting to see where the series is going. I don't know where it's going, and that is part of the reason why I'm really interested to see what's going to happen next. So yeah, that's another series that, if you don't mind, you can also check out. So apart from anime series, I'm also watching on Netflix basically Toys That Made Us. This series is more or less like a documentary looking at the various toys that were manufactured some time back and in the 90s, basically stuff, action figures like He-Man. Just basically the story, the backstory, how these toys were made, people who came up with these ideas and stuff like that, and how they became such a global phenomenon and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting to see the roots of things like He-Man, for the ladies Barbie, Hello Kitty, for the guys Transformers, the Ninja Turtles, and stuff like that. So really it's really captivating me a lot. So I'm really enjoying that series. And then, of course, I am also getting into Star Trek, The Next Generation. This particular Star Trek is one that I grew up watching. ZNBC were kind enough to start televising those back in the day. So I'm just trying to catch up, just trying to, get into, I guess, the whole Star Trek fandom, basically, just to find out about the series and stuff, because the time when I was a kid, of course, this was just something to watch, so I didn't really take it seriously. So now I'm trying to understand and trying to come to get into Star Trek. So far so good. How many episodes in? I haven't really made progress because of these things that I've picked up to watch. So yeah. Gaming wise, basic dailies like FIFA 20. Not playing the career mode. I usually play foot, but that's the, what do you call this thing, the offline mode. So that's what I'm doing. Then of course 3-on-3 street hoops. Please make sure you watch street hoops on our Facebook page. I post videos of me playing that game. And also Need for Speed, the new Need for Speed game, Heat. I'm also playing a bit of that, but I believe we should be having some gameplay of that. I'm just waiting for Mulex to come back from university so that he can have his own series, I guess, where he can showcase that. It will also be on Facebook. So those are the things that have been keeping me busy, and we'll be having some announcements at the end of the podcast in terms of some tournaments and stuff like that, stuff you should look out for in the coming few weeks. So please stick around and find out. Okay, so let's get into the meat of the discussion. Unfortunately, today I don't have a guest on the show, so it's just going to be, you're just going to be listening to my voice only for today. So yeah. So anyway, basically, what is this COPPA, and why am I making a video on this, or a podcast on this? Okay, basically, COPPA, what COPPA means, COPPA. COPPA stands for Child Online Privacy Protection Act. This is a law, a U.S. federal law, which was passed, I think, in 1998. And what it essentially does is to protect children when they're online. You do know for a fact that the internet is a good thing, but it also has a dark side, and we need to protect kids from some of the dark aspects of the internet. If I was a parent and I had a child, I would definitely not want them to see some of the things that go on online. So this was a law that was passed in 98, sometime back in 98, to protect kids from vices online. It had some revisions, and some of those revisions now went into the extent where websites were not allowed to track like the browsing history of minors. Usually companies will like get things like cookies and stuff like that. If you're an IT person, you know what cookies are, but I'm sure most people know what cookies are. Basically, they keep a record of maybe sites you've visited and stuff like that. Companies use that data to, in terms of advertising and stuff like that. So that's why you would notice that if, but I'm sure most of my audience should know what this is, but just in case you're listening to this and you don't know. So there are times when you are, you're online, and the ads that are basically shown to you of stuff that, you're probably interested in. It's because they are keeping track of where you've been and stuff like that. So that really helps, like, advertisers. They really find that particular information very, very useful, and it translates into a lot of dollars, into a lot of cash for people who provide that information and stuff. Yeah. So again, this particular talk on COPPA, there are a lot of videos online on YouTube right now that talk about this, so I really won't go into the number of details. I'll just basically be, some of the highlights of what went down and stuff like that. So I think this was in 2018 or something like that. YouTube were discovered to be violating this particular act, this particular law. They were unfortunately collecting data for minors, and of course they were, using that for targeted ads and stuff like that, which is a very, very big no-no. And so they were caught in the act, and the Federal Trade Commission basically fined them $170 million for doing that. And apart from the fine that they were made to pay, one of the things that in the settlement basically was that YouTube basically washed their hands of basically making sure that maybe the content that is on their platform is meant for children and stuff like that, stuff which is meant for children and other stuff which is not meant for children, because of course maybe they didn't want to be caught again and having to make another payment for certain fines. So what they've done is basically put the creators in the firing line. So the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, if you are found on YouTube, basically what we as creators are being asked to do is to look at our content or whatever content that we are going to be uploading in future. We need to essentially mark it as whether it's directed to children or directed to kids, or it's made for kids or not made for kids. Yeah, so if we are found to be violating and not sticking to the rules, you label a video that is clearly maybe not for kids as for kids, then you will be liable to be sued by the Federal Trade Commission. And currently, what they've said is that if you are in violation of, if you're found to be wanting, you basically have to pay $42,000 per video. $42,000 per video. This is real, people. This is not me maybe making up or making stuff up or something like that. This is very real and it's happening. So yeah. So these rules, these things will come in effect January 1st, 2020. So that's next year, 1st January next year. So anyone found violating this COPPA Act, basically you will be made to pay this $42,000. Other things, I guess, can also be like maybe having your channel deleted and stuff like that, everything gone, your videos, everything gone. So yeah, so that is basically what is going on. The hard thing right now for creators like myself is that it's a bit difficult to determine what they mean by content which is made for kids and what is not, because the guidelines are very vague. They're very vague. Let me just pull up something. Of course you can't see that, but I just want to just share with you some of these how vague these guidelines are. So one of them which has made me maybe a little bit worried and stuff like that is this one, where it's saying whether basically I have to look at my video and basically be able to say, okay, these the factors which may make a particular video be one that is supposed to be made for kids. There's this point where they're saying that whether the video includes characters, celebrities, or toys that appeal to children, including animated characters or cartoon figures. So this one, like as AlienMyndz, basically what we're trying to do, or basically most of our videos are or have video gaming content there. So this is something that a child, children love video games and stuff like that. But of course, like, our videos aren't intended for kids, because according to US laws, a kid is someone under the age of 13 years old. So that's someone who's like 6, 7, So whenever I do my videos and stuff like that, that's not really my targeted audience. I would say maybe my targeted audience would be maybe 18 plus, I guess. But I can see how maybe some kid, especially, anyway, this, I really wanted to get into this maybe later on in the video, but I guess I can still mention it here or repeat it again. The videos that I have, especially like the Fortnite videos, you remember, I think, when was that when I introduced this? Maybe last year, was it? Last year in 2017, when we introduced the from the Fortnite Frontlines. So that's basically AI Black Wolf, AI Logan, who else? AI Law, a number of people basically. We're basically following them in their escapades when they were playing Fortnite and stuff like that. So those videos, I don't know whether, of course, I didn't target them towards kids like those who are 7, 5. I'm not interested in those people, but you know, the FTC can say that, hey, this is a Fortnite video. This video contains, according to the language they've put here, what's that? Yeah, cartoony. The characters in Fortnite appear to be cartoony and they are animated, right? So yeah, so that's where it's really vague. So you find that maybe you can, you'd be fined or you have your channel deleted, because really essentially I'm not going to say that those videos, I won't mark those videos to say that they are for kids. They're not for kids. Yeah, so anyway, so basically what the big headache that most content creators have right now is whether they should mark their videos or their channel as for children, or maybe mark the channel as for kids and stuff like that. Now, unfortunately, okay, if you mark your mark your video, like in my case, I'm saying that my videos, that's not my target audience. Like kids are not my target audience, or adults are my target audience. Even if I do that, if they find that my videos, or they deem to say that those videos are indeed maybe are for kids, then I'm in violation, so I can be sued. Again, I was looking at some information here and there. I don't know I don't think the FTC has jurisdiction outside the US, so I may not be fined, but I can lose the channel. They can Google, YouTube can basically just delete, because they found me violating, so they can the AlienMyndz YouTube channel is dead, it's gone, and stuff like that. So that's one thing that can happen. Then the other thing that someone can do is to mark their channel as being for kids, okay? But that that is a death sentence when I look at the things that can happen if you mark your channel as a channel for kids. And I can actually say that those channels that cater towards kids, those guys, they are done. They are really done, especially those who like make a living from YouTube and they're doing stuff for kids. They are done, guys. It's not even funny. When you do mark your channel as a channel for kids, basically what you're saying is that you won't have targeted ads, because that's a violation. You can't have targeted ads towards children. So most of these advertisers would rather like you have targeted. I'm selling t-shirts. I would like maybe to know people who love t-shirts. So I would like to send my ads to people who are interested in what I'm selling and stuff like that. I'll have more success. So in this case, we don't have targeted ads for kids. So what that means is that the revenue stream for those guys who make content for kids is going to go down by, I think, 90%. So that's 90% of revenue. So they only make 10%, just imagine. Then apart from that, what they're taking away from them is things like basic YouTube facilities like comments. When someone puts up a video and they mark it for kids, or they have a channel marked for kids and stuff like that, their videos essentially will not have comments. Their videos will not have the community tab. Their videos will have no notifications. Usually, I'm sure most of you, if you have subscribed to the AlienMyndz YouTube page, which I hope you have done. Whenever I post a video, or any creator on YouTube, when they post a video online, you are normally notified. Oh, this person has just posted a new video and stuff like that. Then you head over there and then you watch the video, or maybe if they go live or they've gone live and stuff like that. If you mark your channel as for kids, then you lose this ability. You will basically not have any notifications. You will also not have things like live chat. So basically, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it's essentially a death sentence towards those channels, really, because there will be no way of knowing unless you are subscribed to that channel and you go looking to see if that person has uploaded something, because there is no communication whatsoever between you and the content creator. That has been severed with all these things being taken away. So that is what the landscape is going to be looking like come 1st January 2020. It's not good, people. It's really not good. So like I mentioned, the number of people right now, when you go on YouTube, search, you don't really have to even do a big search. I'm sure you can see it in your feed and stuff like that. People talking about this, YouTubers talking about this. Some of them are even considering quitting, closing, especially these guys, Mandin, who do the toy stuff. Their content is targeted towards kids or anything resembling that. Those guys, it's not good for them. It's really not. Even us guys who do the gaming stuff as well, because we have content which could be deemed as for kids and stuff. So yeah. AlienMyndz, we don't we don't have any monetization, really. Any YouTuber from Zambia who's marked their channel, someone coming from Zambia, I don't think unless maybe my friends have got it good, but in our case we don't have. Zambia is not one of the countries that is considered in YouTube's partnership program, so unless maybe you're getting it from somewhere like Curse or these other MC, I think they're called MCNs, media channel or whatever, networks or something. Yeah, so we're not monetized and stuff like that. So basically what we'll be doing is just keeping an eye out, just looking at just observing basically what's going to be happening in the next few weeks. Right now the FTC is taking is hearing what people have to say about these comments. So there is a page where you can go to where people are going to anyway, where they are making comments about this. So they are listening. They have this thing open until the 9th of December, I believe. I hope that they will be able to reconsider and maybe just change up things, because protection of children is important, but then I feel the way they've done it really is just really going to kill YouTube, really. So anyway, so that's what's happening. Then I think there's a petition or something as well going on. So like I mentioned, as AlienMyndz, we have some videos, of course, like I mentioned. So we'll observe, we'll see how things will go. If things don't change and it's still the same thing, as you already know, we have a Facebook page, and we have been really posting stuff on Facebook more than we do on our YouTube channel. It's only recently when we posted the RDG, what was that thing? The RDG series finale on YouTube. That's what we posted on YouTube. That's the most recent thing that we posted on YouTube. But it's like, even from our perspective, we were changing our direction, moving towards Facebook than YouTube. So in the light that things don't improve, or our videos are considered to be, for kids or something like that, the problem is that you don't get notifications. Like, I know we're not making any money and stuff like that, but the fact that people won't be notified, there won't be any way of, people being able to comment on videos, because what we're trying to do is to, grow this community, or grow esports in Zambia, and also the gaming culture in Zambia. So if we don't have, or we are not privy to those functions on YouTube, like comments, liking, disliking, things like that. If we don't have those things, then what's the point of putting up a video? So really, if things get really bad, then it will just have to be Facebook, which will definitely be concentrating on. Although Facebook, the problem is that, of course, it's not a platform whose sole purpose is to cater to video service and stuff like that. They are more like the social network and stuff like that. So because we've noticed it's difficult sometimes to get certain videos up on Facebook than it is maybe on YouTube. It's much more easier because that's what the platform is for, so. But I'm sure Facebook, with time, hopefully, they will be able to make things better. And so that's where we will concentrate. So it's probably going to be Facebook. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted. We'll let you know. This might be the last video we are put for 2019 that we will put on YouTube. Because of the uncertainty of how things will be. Let's just wait and see and see what basically happens. So that will be that on COPPA. Please let us know what you feel, what you think in the comments below. Once again, there are better videos that, in terms of maybe explaining or this, they go into details and stuff like that. So please check them out so that you understand. This also involves other. This is also a message to other, YouTubers, Zambian YouTubers out there, Zambian content creators on YouTube. So just make sure that all your videos are marked appropriately and stuff like that. So feeling for people who have like over 30,000 videos, very large library of videos, which they have to go through each and every one of them just to see if it's not fun. So anyway, so that's that on COPPA. Once again, please let us know what you think in the comments, and okay, so like I mentioned at the top of the podcast, I mentioned that we have a few announcements, basically 2 announcements. The first one is that we will be streaming the Geometrics Fight Series Top 8 tournament on 1st of December. The stream will be on the Team Geometrics Facebook page. So please be on the lookout for that. I'm sure it's going to be very exciting and definitely something worth watching. So please tune in to Team Geometrics Facebook page, where we'll be streaming the Geometrics Fight Series. So it's an MK tournament, so MK11 tournament. So please be on the lookout for that. And then Nerdotaku we'll be having a LAN party on the 14th of December 2019 at the Global Platform Zambia. That's opposite the University of Zambia. And basically there's a lot of stuff, gaming stuff. Of course, it's a LAN event, so those of you who enjoy these type of events, please make sure you go there. But also those who are into console gaming and these other types of gaming, please make your way there, because there will be some consoles there for you to game. What we are going to be doing there as AlienMyndz is that there will be an MK Trilogy retro tournament. We had one earlier. When was that? In August, was it? August or September? Maybe it was. I think it was August. Can't remember. But it was this year where we had the MK Trilogy tournament, which was held at Pizza Hut. So we will be having another one. This time at the Nerdotaku LAN Party. So there will be a tournament there. So I believe we'll be streaming the MK Trilogy Retro Tournament. So we'll be having that as well. So that's on the 14th. So please be on the lookout for that too. So December is going to be an interesting one. I believe it might have something to do with FIFA as well. Not me, but I think there should be some tournament that I might be streaming. Okay, I'll just have to make a few phone calls just to confirm if those tournaments are still there. And then you should have some FIFA content on the channel or on over on Facebook for you to watch. So yeah, so those were the announcements that I had to make. So thank you very much for listening in to this particular episode of the AlienMyndz or is it the Alien Tranzmissionz podcast. Of course, it's the official podcast for AlienMyndz. Yeah. So yeah, so once again, thank you very much for listening. Please remember to like and subscribe to the AlienMyndz YouTube channel. We don't know how long it's going to be up, but please head over to our Facebook page, basically facebook.com/AlienMyndz. Head over there, please like, so that you are notified the moment we are live with our tournament coverage, or basically whenever we post new videos and new content on the particular page. All right. So from me, Eternal Cypher, thank you very much once again for listening. Please have a great day, and remember to never be game over. Cheers.